Namaste and hello. My name is Lilias, and I am so grateful that we have this time together. I picture you sitting here in front of me right now. Let me share some thoughts about the use of this video. Be creative. Perhaps you'd like to watch this tape all the way through the first time, or maybe you'd like to just dive right in. If you only have 1/2 hour or 15 minutes in a given day, that's fine. There are natural stopping places throughout this tape. Also, you can stop the tape anytime to repeat or hold a posture. And when you're not feeling rushed, take the phone off the hook and enjoy the full hour. Now about the breathing. Generally, when you arch or open your body, you inhale. And when you fold or close the body, such as in a forward bend, you exhale. Master teachers of old felt that it was advantageous for the body, mind, and emotions to breathe through the nose and not the mouth. And yet, a sigh, a yawn is a very valid breath and good to release built-up tensions. Listen to your body. You are different than you were yesterday. Remembering that you and you alone have the final authority of what you can or cannot do. Now, perhaps one day we will meet, and I look forward to that day. And until that time, let us begin by standing up. All right, stand up with me now, and we'll start in mountain pose. And mountain pose is a very simple posture, yet it's a posture that has great nobility to it, and it links us first to other poses, and it also links us to ourselves. So stand now with your feet well rooted into the earth, and let the above be connected to the sky above. Tip your pelvis slightly and lifting the breastbone, shoulders slightly pulled back. They sometimes call the breastbone the bone of life. It helps you to inhale and receive more energy. Arms hang just comfortably at the sides. Close your eyes now and just reconnect yourself. Whatever time of day it is for you right now, reconnect yourself to yourself. And exhale out through the bottoms of your feet, exhaling, connecting to the earth. And as you inhale, just bring the energy up the legs as you breathe in. And as you inhale once again, inhale and just take the sky energy in through the top of your head and let it cascade down the spine. So here we are in mountain pose as we just flow into some shoulder rolling. Slow, easy shoulders, just as high as you'd like, listening to your body as you move in circles. We're going to do a series of shoulder warming up. It helps to release tensions and stresses that we bring to this very moment. And then in the other direction, they're non-aggressive movements, and that's nice too. Keep going, keep breathing. The non-aggressive movements help our body to open rather than close. And just pause here and maybe shake out the arm a little bit, then shake out the other arm and return back to your mountain pose. Just return back to your feet, that long spine, breastbone lifted. Now clasp the hands behind you as we do a dancer's stretch. Just all this is just crossing your right ankle over your left and lifting your breastbone high. Slowly just stretch your arms. It's just really swaying the arms to the left as you look over the right shoulder. And just let the sides of the ribs stretch out. And then back to center and then stretch to the opposite side. And just look over the shoulder. Breathing comfortably, letting the sides of the muscles stretch out gradually. Back to center and then just change the feet. Left over right and swaying the arms left. Look over the right shoulder and breathe comfortably. Pull that left shoulder back just slightly. There's an imaginary wall right behind the shoulders. Back to center and then changing opposite side. Back to center again and just reroute your feet. Clasp the hands together and inhale, raise both arms above the head. Breathing in and turn the hands, the heels of the hands upwards. Breathe in and grow and exhale to your right. Good. Now the heels of your hands are about to 1 o'clock, and you pause, you're breathing comfortably, look under the arm, find the ribs on the right side of your body, and come up. Again, breath in, grow, and exhale to your left. And here, your hands are about to 11 o'clock, not to 9. Look underneath the arm and breathe comfortably, shallowly. Find the left side and come up. Breath in, grow again, and exhaling slowly, lower the arms down. Fine. Now, with this clasped hands, bring them behind you and clasp your hands behind you into chest expander. Let me show you what this looks like from the behind. I'm just going to turn slightly and pull the arms down towards the floor. The chest expands and opens. The ribs open. And you can see how that the shoulder blades come together in a blade squeeze. The one caution that I would have here is take care of your elbows. It's not an elbow exercise. It's really for opening the chest, for giving you energy. Breathe in and drop the head back as you pull your arms away. Now, exhaling, fold forward from the hinge of the hips, bringing the arms over your head. Gently pull both arms left, back to center, and then both arms to the right. And back to center, and now release the arms and stretch your hamstrings safely. Walk in place. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Bend and straighten. And then coming up slowly, placing the hands on the knees and thighs. It's easy on your back. Come back to the mountain pose. And then just turn facing me as we just flow right into the tree pose, one of balance. It also quiets the mind. And here are two choices for the feet in the tree pose. Place heel beneath knee, toe points down. Or place one foot on top of the other. Toes form a straight line. Breathe, hold, and now lift the front toes up. Close your eyes and balance 4 seconds. And then let's do the tree on the opposite side, placing, really rooting that left foot, or the foot that you're standing on, growing long toes. Place the heel beneath the knee. Knee is open wide like a barn door. Raise the arms above the head, hands in namaste position, elbows are wide. Or you can place one foot on top of the other to form a straight line. And then lift the front toes up, close the eyes, and balance. And then both feet to the floor and coming down, slowly down. Now feet well apart, and let's do some warming up for the hips and the hip sockets. This should feel very good. You can have your hands on the floor or hands on a chair as you just move your hips from side to side. This stretches the little connective tissues and ligaments and muscles in the hips and in the back. Side to side, be very creative with this. It's just a nice movement, sort of oiling the hips. And then placing the hands on the knees, and I'm just going to turn sideways here again, and just rounding the back and lengthening the back. Rounding the back, bringing blood to the discs of the spine. Good. Lengthening the back, taking care not to have too much curve in your lower back. And then, will you just place the feet about 3 feet apart, your right hand on the floor, or you can place it in close to your left big toe, left hand on top of the right as we do a gentle twist for the back, rainbow twist. Imagine that a great rainbow is coming out of the top hand. This is my left hand, and slowly growing up to a great, large arc. And joining right at the top of the arc, you pause, you look up to the thumb, you breathe comfortably, ease your knees if you need to. And then slowly down, but keep the top of the arc of the rainbow up there as you change your hands, left hand close to that right big toe. And now grow that. Beautiful. Let this colors stream from your hands. Looking up to the thumb of your hand, you're breathing comfortably to join at the top of the arc. You're breathing, and then slowly down. Let your breath lower the arm down. Hands on the floor for a little bit of support, and just bring your Heels, toes, hip width apart, and come up to a standing position. Once again. Stand now with your feet about 3.5 feet apart. As we begin to do now a standing series, a series of flowing postures that I think that you will enjoy. My feet are 3.5 feet apart and my feet are parallel. Be sure you look down to see that your feet are parallel as we're now going to go to the right. So turn your left foot in slightly and your right foot 90 degrees. Turn your torso over your right thigh, that's my navel over the thigh, and bend the knee. Let your eyes be your teacher. So the knee is over your ankle. Raise both arms over your head for warrior pose. Breath in, strong back leg. Now on the exhalation, turn and face me. Arms out to your side in a strong T position. Lift this bone of life up as we go into the extended lateral pose. Just leaning on your thigh and just placing the other hand, thumb facing the navel, and turn the navel towards me. Shoulder back. Letting all the muscles of your chest and legs stretch, warm up. Hand to ear, shoulder back, and then slowly straighten the arm. Slowly straighten the arm. Nice long line from your hip bone to your fingertips. Continue to breathe. And then when you bring the right hand down to the right ankle, just pause there, continue breathing, and as you progress and work with the tape, try to increase the space between the stance of your feet. Breathing comfortably, and then look underneath the armpit. And then to come out of the pose, just put the hand to the waist, straighten the legs, and bring the stance in just a little bit closer. Turn the feet once again for intense side stretch to the right. Raising the arms over the head, or you can have a choice of hold on to your wrists or your elbows. Lift the breastbone up, root the back foot. Exhaling, fold forward slowly. And if needed, ease or bend the right knee. Inhaling, lift the head, and exhaling, good sigh out. Smoothly go into triangle pose. Right hand to the inside of the leg. Palm facing outwards. Left shoulder pulled back as the left arm becomes a spring green tendril reaching up to the sun. Look up, reach, and then come back. Arms stretched way out in the T. And then we'll turn the feet now to go to the left. Right foot in slightly. Left foot 90 degrees and turn for warrior one. Arms above the head. Breath in. And on the exhalation, knee above the ankle. Turning the navel towards me, long arms, vertical spine, breath in again. And on the exhalation, just lean on the thigh. Hand on the waist, thumb towards the navel, turn the shoulder back. Extended lateral pose. Hand to ear, elbow back. Straighten the arm, long line. Hand to the ankle. Turn your chin just slightly, and as you progress, open the stance. And then to come out of the pose, put the hand to the waist, come up, just slightly bring the feet in for good balance, and turn once again to the left. And raise the arms above the head, taking that choice of hands, wrists, elbow, intense side stretch. Energy in, lift the breastbone. Exhaling, folding forward, keeping the hips and shoulders parallel. Breathe shallowly and release on the exhalation. Enjoy the stretch. Smoothly now going into triangle pose. As you pull your right shoulder back, lengthen the spine and reach that green tendril up to the sun. Reach, look up, and then come back up. Place your feet parallel once again. Put the hands on the hip hinge. And just like a piece of laundry, fold over the clothesline and fold forward, right over the hips. Hands to the floor for a moment. Ease the knees if you wish. Hold on to ankles. Lower back and legs stretch out comfortably. And as you progress, widen the stance. Head hangs like a piece of fruit. As you slowly turn your head to one side, then the other, and then back to center. And then toes, heels again, and then we're going to just have the feet hip width. Bend the knees, coming into a squat balance. Hands to the knees, and if this doesn't make your knees feel good, then just simply omit it. Balance with the gaze forward. And now will you just rest for a moment in the frog pose. Feet, toes touching, knees well apart, and just rest. Palms turned upwards. And after you take a few breaths, come up and let us get ready for the Downward Dog series. The benefit of the Downward Dog series are many. These poses decrease the roundness in the upper back and increase muscle activity around the spine and the weight-bearing bones, thus stimulating these bones to retain calcium. This series could be one of many positive influences for preventing osteoporosis in your life. Let us begin in Mecha pose. Here, we set ourselves up for the Downward Dog series. The knees are hip width apart. You stretch the arms way out in front of you, hands open like stars, and place your forehead on your mat. Without moving your hands, come onto your knees and turn your toes under. Straighten the knees and lift the sit bones up, head between the upper arms, long spine, heels slightly off of mat, and start to walk in place. Then shift your weight to the left foot. And then slowly raise your right leg up. Flex your right foot strongly and imagine that your heel is connected to your tongue. Now lift left heel up and down, up and down. Now lift your head up and then slowly lower your hips into plank. Keep your right leg up. Then both feet to the floor, into the plank pose, and hold. Now lower the whole body to 2 inches off of your mat, elbows close to your ribs. Release the body, forehead to the mat, shoulders back and down, and brush forehead, nose, and chin as you come up into Cobra. Smoothly look over one shoulder, back to center, and then over to the other shoulder, back to center, and now on the exhalation, strongly press back up into dog pose. Hips pull away from the shoulders, and slowly lift the left leg up. Foot is flexed, hips stay parallel to your shoulders. Now right heel up, and down. Now keep the power foot up as you slowly lower your hips into plank pose, lifting the head. Pause, breathe, and now lower the foot into the plank pose and squeeze the elbows into your ribs. Lower the body to 2 inches off of the mat, hold, breathe, and now down onto the floor, shoulders back and down. Scoop the pelvis into the mat as you inhale, come up into Cobra. Look around over the shoulder to the heel of the right foot, back to center, and look over the heel, left shoulder, back to center, and now strongly up into dog. Keep the weight out of your wrists in dog pose. And now relax in pose of a child, ribs close to thighs, forehead on your mat, and exhale. And really relax deeply. And then come up, and we'll flow right in now into camel pose. Coming up onto the knees, turning the toes under And first, sitting down on the heels of your feet. Now you're in charge of this stretch, not me. So take your time. Those poor old feet of ours, they're in shoes all day long. So take your time, let the toes stretch out. Maybe release the stretch slightly by coming off the heels. And then coming back down again. And then coming onto the knees and placing the hands into your waist. This is a beautiful dome-like posture with the stability from the hips down. As you press downwards, the hips go forward. You increase your blade squeeze. Flexibility in the upper body as you're breathing, as you're holding and lifting. And then without twisting, once you feel comfortable here and the flexibility is in each and every muscle, the breastbone is lifting, without twisting, right hand to the heel, left hand, left heel, and lift. Increasing the blade squeeze as you progress with the tape. Only if comfortable, take your head back. Accept the backbone into your body. Then lift the head and without twisting, release your hands. And then come into a counter pose of the hare pose. Hands to your ankles or hands to the floor, whatever is your choice. Place your forehead on the mat and lift your hips, rolling softly to the top of your head. The neck is very free. Feel the circulation gently increase to the lines of the face and your good friend, the brain. And sit up. Now let us do a gentle twist with the legs in a double V position. Sitting with the knees in a double V. My right foot is between the legs and my left foot is back. Be sure that your foot is not out to the side like this, but it's tucked under. That's for the safety of that knee. Take your left hand and put it on top of your right knee. And then on the inhalation, raise the right arm up and just place the hand behind you, thumb facing your spinal column. Breathe in and grow. Grow the spine, and on the exhalation, slowly, navel to the right, ribs to the right, shoulder to the right, and then look way around over your right shoulder. And just pause here for a moment and look at me. Notice if I move my head that has nothing to do with a twist. So it's a very gentle motion as you look around over the right shoulder. And then release your face and your shoulders, your ribs and your navel, and let's change. This is a gentle twist after the intense, deep stretching of the camel pose, so it's a nice counter pose. Right hand, left knee, and stretch the left arm up, really extending your spine, thumb facing the spinal column. Breathe in again, grow, and then on your exhalation, navel left, ribs left, going to the left, pieces with the shoulder, and then looking way around over your shoulder, taking care not to stress the neck, pausing, breathing, and then release slowly, evenly, in pieces, as beautifully as you went in. Now let us lie down on the back. Bring the knees into your chest for a moment. Come down nice and slow. Bring the knees into your chest. And just holding on to your elbows for a moment, press the thighs into the chest to release those deep back muscles. And just pause and enjoy how your body feels. Good. Now release the knees and place your feet on the floor. Right leg and left leg, your feet are about shoulder width apart. Arms alongside of your body, palms turned up. And just pull the shoulders down from your ears. And bring your nose, your chin, your breastbone in alignment as we proceed to relax and take a minute vacation. Close your eyes and place one hand on your belly or abdomen. It's lower than you think, below the navel. One hand is on your ribs. Observe the rise and the fall of your abdomen, just as you would watch a butterfly on a flower. Breathing now at your own rhythm, As you breathe in, your abdomen expands in 4 directions. The ribs are quiet. On the exhalation, the muscles pull in slightly. And then the inhalation starts itself. Long exhalation, ribs quiet. This breathing quiets and soothes the nervous system, calms the mind.
And now just take a deep breath and roll over onto your side. Put the top hand to the floor and come up to a seated position.
Now we're going to do the gait series. Again, the postures will flow one into the other. Stretching laterally affects your ribs and spinal flexibility. It also trims the waist and increases circulation to tight areas of the hips and the lower back. Let us begin now by coming onto the knees, and we'll do the gait going to the right. Come onto the knees and stretch your right leg out to the side so that the knee and the ankle form a straight line. Raise your left arm up to the ceiling. The breath flows in. Reach up out of the waist and exhale. Slowly stretch. The gait opens to the right. The palm of my right hand faces the center. And I breathe and hold, looking slightly underneath the armpit. Breathing, nice lateral stretch. And then come back to center. Breath in, lift up. Exhaling, sit down, supporting your knee with your hands and just turning your torso, and we'll do a forward bend to the right. Raise the left arm up to the ceiling, breathing in. And exhaling, folding forward, taking your left hand on the outside of the right foot. Ease the knee if you need to. And then the opposite arm, my right hand is back of my back, palm is relaxed. Taking a few breaths now as you hold this position. Breathing in and exhaling out. Now to release the position, start with the arm first, then the head and shoulders, come back up. And now let's reach down and grab a hold of your left foot, and we're going to row, like rowing a boat. Yes, this is for the knee and for your hips, but this is also for your upper chest and shoulders. So about 6 times forward or so, and then the other direction. Rowing, using the muscles of the upper chest and arms. And then right into the hip rock, placing that left foot in the inside of your elbow and the arm around the outside of the knee, and then side to side. This hip rock I know that you're familiar with, remembering that it oils the hip sockets, brings circulation to the hips. And then pausing right in the center, and slowly drawing the hip, the knee, all in towards the chest, stopping at that point of sweet discomfort, never pain. Breathing comfortably, long back. And now will you reach for the left foot and just slide the toe towards one shoulder, and then towards the other shoulder, and then up a little higher towards the ear, and then the other ear. Do not yank, and then bring it back so it's right in front of my nose, and then slowly draw the foot in. Listen to your body, not going too far, then extending the leg out, the breath in, and lowering the leg down. Smoothly then just go right into your pigeon pose. Here the legs, the knees, the feet form a nice straight line. Stretch your arms way out in front of you, and still my hands are taking the weight off of my knee, and I stretch way, way out. Place your forehead on the floor, and then walk your hands in, walk, 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 and you're going to balance now in your pigeon pose. Your left hand is in front of the knee, and reach around and grab a hold of the right ankle. And as you do this, perhaps you might get, in the beginning, just a little bit of cramping here in the thigh, and if this happens, just release the leg. Now work your left hand slowly up onto the knee and lifting the chest up, sort of puffing the chest out like a pigeon. And then slowly start to stretch forward, stretching your left arm out. The heel comes in towards the buttock, and your balance comes from your solar plexus. Breathing, reaching in the pigeon pose. And now come out, place the hands on your floor, and we'll flow right into the hero. I bring my right leg over my left knee and swim the feet upwards, swim them upstream, trying to bring a closer feeling of the knees over one another, and then hands to the toes, sort of nesting your hips into the mat. Breath in, and on the exhalation, just fold forward. And holding and lengthening, breathing comfortably, and if you find any of those little tight places in your hip sockets, just breathe in and soften on the exhalation. Come up to a sitting pose, back into the hero, and I'd like you just to pause for a moment and really feel into the elegance of the pose. Feel it right down into your bones. And once again, you can sort of nest your hips into the mat like a mother hen nesting her chicks. From here, we move right into a twist. So straighten the top leg. And I'll give you two variations. One variation is crossing the left arm over your chest and reaching forward, putting the elbow to the outside of the knee. One variation for this twist is to keep the arm nice and straight and applying pressure here where the elbow meets the knee so that you will do the twist to the right. Or you can reach down and grab a hold of your ankle. The big caution here is just to take care so that you do not bow or hyperextend this delicate elbow. So whichever choice that you use, I'm going to use with the palm up. Raise the arm, that's my right arm up and back, thumb facing my spine. Breathe in now, grow, long back. And then on the exhalation, navel right, ribs right, shoulder, looking way around over your shoulders. Use your periphery vision. Release your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, and your shoulder. And then let's come up and we'll do the gate series to the left. Come onto the knees again, aligning your knee and your heel. My form's a nice straight line. Facing me so the navel is forward, and imagine that imaginary wall in front of you as you lift the one arm up. That's my right arm up. Breath in. And on the exhalation, slowly stretch to your left. Putting the hand, palm out. Good, you're breathing, you're lengthening. And then turning just to look under the armpit. Remember that imaginary wall, trying not to lean far forward. And then release. Come up, stretch upwards. Place the hand on either side of the knee and sit right down very, very comfortably. Into the forward bend, raising both arms up. The breath flows in. Exhaling, folding forward. The right hand goes around the outside of the left foot, and the left hand is back behind you. Ease that knee if you wish and straighten it as you progress. Breath in. Exhaling and lengthen. Pause. Enjoy the stretch. And now come up, raising the arm up, stretching upwards, up, up, lift, grow, and then lowering the arm. Let's do the rowing. Grabbing a hold of the foot and the knee and row first in a circular motion in one direction. Good, and then the other direction, knowing that this is yes for the hips and the knee, but it's also for your upper body too. Rowing a boat, and then just flowing right into the hip rock. The foot goes into the elbow, arm around, and then side to side. Really should feel wonderful. As you go from side to side, let's just pause there for a moment, right in the center, and bring the leg right into the chest. Take your time, listen to your body. Fine. Then to the high foot. I clasp a hold of my foot firmly, and I just slide my toe towards the left shoulder, and then the other shoulder, and then to one ear, it's a little bit higher, and then to the other ear, and then back to center, and I slowly bring the toe towards my nose. And now sit tall, straighten the leg, and let the quadriceps slowly lower the leg, and we'll go right into the pigeon pose, lining the knee and the feet so they form a straight line as possible. Notice I always look. My eyes really are my teacher. And then stretch your arms way out in front of you. Breathing and lengthening. Walk your hands in. And let's place the right hand in front of the knee to keep your balance. And bend the back leg. Remembering any cramping, just stop and move it. That's just because those muscles haven't had any circulation in this way for a while. And so here we are in the pigeon, and think the breastbone up. And sort of puff the chest out like a pigeon. And then balancing even more by putting the hand onto the knee. And as you progress, stretch your right arm out. Power center is right coming from your navel as you're breathing. You're stretching, and the heel is coming to the buttock. And then release and sit down. Here we go, flowing right now into hero's pose. I take the left leg, bring it over, and swim the feet up. I swim that foot up like fish swimming upstream. Then hold in your hero's pose and just sense its elegance and its beauty. And try to relax into the little tight area. And you might like to sort of nest your hips a bit, like that mother chick. Breath in, grow. Exhaling, folding forward. Breathing as you're holding, and inhaling, sitting up. And then the hero's twist. The top leg straightens slightly. You can do your different variations by crossing the arm. This is my right arm across my chest, and just place the elbow on the outside of the knee. Palm up. I really like that. I think it's very elegant, but a good strong hand. And then left arm back, thumb facing the spine, breath in. And now navel, left, ribs left, shoulder left, turning very elegantly to the left. Pausing, breathing, and then you release just as beautifully as you went in, and remembering too that you can use the hand, the arms straight. Just do not hyperextend that elbow if you wish to do the twist in this way. And then release the pose, come onto the knees, and we'll rest in pose of a child. From this pose, move into mecha pose. Stretch arms way out in front of you, hands open like a star. Now press down and go right into your dog pose. And from the dog, we will flow into dolphin push-up, challenging for the upper body strength. Slowly, lower both elbows to your mat. And walk your elbows in about 2 inches. The head hangs freely. Hands are clasped comfortably, loose, no tension in the fingers. Now lower the head to the mat, pressing the wrists and forearms into the mat, and lift shoulders and down, and lift and down. To increase the difficulty, walk your toes in, lift up and down. And as you practice, lift the head, chin over the hands. Chin over the hands. Lift. Good. And come down out of the pose and rest.
And then come up very, very slowly. And a nice counter pose for that dolphin push-up is a half candle or half shoulder stand. So just lie down and bring your knees into your chest, palms facing downwards. Before we start, a caution here. Do not twist your head to watch me while in these poses. Listen carefully to the sound of my voice. Exhaling, press the arms down and lift the hips up into half candle. Hands cup the hips. Legs form the angle V. The weight is evenly distributed throughout your lower arms and shoulders, very little weight on your upper neck. A good space is between your chin and breastbone. Breathe comfortably. Eyes soft. Legs drain, heart rests. This pose releases fatigue, calms, rejuvenates the body, and clears the mind. Slowly bend one knee into your chest, and then straighten the knee, toe close to floor, no strain, and then leg up. And bend the opposite knee in towards the face, straighten the leg, toe to floor, and leg up. And now both knees in towards your face, exhaling. Straighten the legs slowly, toe to the floor. This isn't a plow. Very carefully on the upper neck. Raise both legs up. And then to come down, bend the knees in towards your face and chest. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor. And on your inhalation, slowly come down, vertebra at a time. Use your abdominals. Yes, very, very good. Now slip your hands beneath your hips for your fish position. Place your feet on the floor, straighten your legs, and now press the elbows down strongly, arch the spine, lift the chin, head back lightly onto the floor. Continue breathing deeply. And now on your inhalation, lift your left leg up. Exhaling down, and now right leg up. Good. Exhaling down. Press down into the elbows, now both legs up. Exhaling down, and release the pose. Pull the hands away from the buttocks. And rest, breath in again. Breathing in. And just sinking into the floor. Turn now over onto your side, and we'll have some fun with a side bow. Turning over to your side, and take the bottom arm and place it behind you, palm down. And just let the legs just be. The bottom half of you really isn't important. It's the front half of you of lifting the top arm up, and then become like a great giant bowsprit and just stretching the whole front of your body and chest. Then reach back to the top leg, grabbing a hold of your ankle. And here we are in a side bow. Pulling the leg back, it's very comfortable. Maybe you'd like to just turn your chin slightly. Breathing comfortably. And then if you feel adventuresome, bend the bottom leg and try to find your ankle. And here you are in a side bow, and really experience it. It feels really wonderful. Open the chest. And then release. And let's do this on the other side. And you can see the pose working from the back side. I have my bottom arm down, palm down, and just pulling the chest forward. The top arm comes back now like a great bowsprit, and I stretch and increase my blade squeeze. Let the legs just be very relaxed. And then bend the top knee, reach around, grab a hold of the ankle, and stretch and open the chest. Breathing comfortably. And then have some fun. Reach down. Can you get a hold of that bottom ankle? And here you are in a side bow position. I lift my chin maybe up towards the collarbone, breathing comfortably. And now release. Come right up into the bow. Place the hands on the floor. Come up, and we'll end by doing a beautiful forward bend. Legs straight out in front of you. Raising both arms up. both arms up and cross your right wrist over the left, exhaling, flowing forward. Place the hands on the outer rims of your feet. Ease the knees if needed. Breath in and exhaling out. Perhaps you'd like to just walk your hips back just a little bit. But be sure as you progress with the tape, of course you can straighten the knees. Breathing in and out. And then come up, raising the wrists, the arms, lifting, and let's change. Crossing the wrists over, the breath flows in. Grow, lift the rib cage out of the waist, exhale, flowing forwards. Reach around, grab a hold of the outer part now of your feet. Breathing and lengthening. Breathing and lengthening. And raise the arms above the head. Stretch up. Bring the hands right behind you for anterior pose. Increase your blade squeeze. Fingertips are facing to the back wall. Breath in. And on the exhalation, lift the hips and form a perfect angle so that everything forms a straight line. Continue looking at your toes. Keep lifting. Relax neck. Breathing as you're holding. And now let's do some leg lifts from this position. Slowly extend the heel of your left foot and left leg up and down. And extend the right leg up and down. One more time, lift. And then sitting down. And let's come down very, very slowly for our relaxation pose. And now soft C with the back, lifting the arms, pulling the abdominals up into your rib cage, and we'll come down very, very slowly. Coming down as we're just about to prepare for relaxation. Each vertebra one at a time. Take your time. Shoulders to your mat. And just place now the arms in a T position. The feet are on the floor. Lift the hips just slightly off of your mat and just swish the hips gently to the right. Bring both knees into the chest and slowly both knees to the left. Easy. Wonderful posture to prepare yourself for relaxation. Breathe in, grow the arms, and now look over your opposite shoulder. Both shoulders to the mat. Breathing in again, and on the exhalation, shoulder to the mat. Both knees into your chest. Place the feet on the floor. Straighten out the spine for just briefly. And now lift the buttocks off the floor, swishing the hips just slightly to the left. Draw both knees into the chest. Now both knees down to the right. And as you do this, just looking over your opposite shoulder. Wonderful twist. Releases any of the deep back muscles we've been using. Breathing in, grow long arms. And on the exhalation, the shoulder gently to the mat. And then returning home once again, knees to the chest, placing the feet on the floor, straightening the spine so that the nose, the chin, the breastbone, the navel form a straight line. Straightening your right leg and your left leg. The feet are well apart. Press the lower back just gently into your mat. And now press the elbows into your mat and tucking the shoulder blades in towards the spine so that they are cradling your shoulder girdle. Palms are turned upwards. Shoulders are down from your ears. As we begin relaxation. Close your eyes and passively listen to the many sounds within your room.
silently say to yourself, using your inner talking, I practice relaxation now. I remain awake. Watch the rise and the fall of your breathing. And now a complete breath. On your next inhalation, feel the belly expand in 4 directions, and then expand the mid-ribs, filling the upper chest, and then lightly pause, and then a long, smooth exhalation. This long exhalation releases tiredness, soothes the nervous system. And now take your awareness down to where your heels touch your mat, and silently say to yourself, heels touch. Awareness now to the pelvis. Feel where the pelvis touches your mat. Awareness into shoulders. Both hands. The back of your head. And now enter inside of your head and open up your inner eyes. Observe the little lines around your eyes and your forehead, and silently saying to yourself, lines soften, pause and feel them softening. Relaxation is a feeling. Now focus on your cheeks and suggest cheeks melt. Pause. Feel them melting. Now into your jaw. Jaw slack. And feel the jaw slacken. And now imagine that softness melts warmly down the neck into the shoulders, filling the arms, the hands, draining the dross of unwanted stress right out your fingers. Notice, has your mind wandered? That's fine, for it is the nature of your mind to wander. Just bring it back to the breath, coolness in, and the warmth out. And now rest a while, for to rest is to heal. And now stretch and yawn, leaving tiredness right on the floor. And then roll over onto your side. And then coming up to a seated position. And so to close, from my heart to your heart, I say namaste. This hand is the light in me. This hand is the light in thee. I salute that light. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.
To receive your copy of Lilias Folan's Health and Fitness newsletter, send a self-addressed stamped business-size envelope to Rudra Press, Post Office Box 1973, Cambridge, Massachusetts 02238.